Blog Talk Radio.
You are now listening to the most talked about blog talk radio station in the universe. Walking His Ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host and the mastermind behind this unforgettable experience, Furman Jackson Jr. You will not be disappointed. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking His Ways, Impact Voice. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my co-host, Latoya, and we're going to be talking about communication this evening. We're going to be talking about knowing the person that you're with. We're going to be talking about communication tonight. Things that's very important, things that we want to value. As you get more wise, you get more mature, of course, we want to be able to express communication. We get so caught up in the outer appearance of a person, which is nothing wrong with that. But do we actually know this person that we get involved with? So we're going to want to bring it from a male and a female perspective. So we're going to talk about that this evening. I also want to welcome my co-host, Latoya, on the air. So, Latoya, welcome to Walking His Ways, Impact War. So we're going to have a good time tonight.
Yes, good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Just got off work, 12 hours of duty, and ready to talk to our listening audience here on tonight, on this nice Sunday night. Of course, we know a lot of stuff is going on in our world. We got a lot of chaos, but in the midst of chaos, we can still have a good time. We can still dialogue. We can still, vibe in a positive way. Because in this time that's going on, even though a lot of things are shut down early, we still can enjoy each other's company. This is a great time to get to know the person that you're with, your family, things that's going on in everyday life. So just take advantage of this great this opportunity, even though it may be a negative thing, but we can turn it to a positive thing.
Always, always. You can always take this time to get yourself right, for as your weight-wise, watching what you eat. You can exercise. You can find time to bond with your child or children. You can play games. You can talk to them. You can just catch up on things that you don't have to do when you had that 8 to 5, had to go pick up the children, had to go to the games, and you didn't have time to talk and see what's really going on in your kids' life. So take this opportunity to actually sit down and interact with them, talk to them, get to know, find out what's going on with them, what's bothering them, what make them happy. Just get to know your child at this time, at this point in life, because you never know when you may get this again, So take this time and, like you said, just make it a positive moment in your life. So.
And I agree with that 100%, and that's what we should do. Even though everybody's in chaos right now, but just take advantage of the opportunity. But I am excited about the nice conversation tonight, discussion. Of course, we're going to be talking about relationships again, the importance of a relationship. And I think the topic that we got, I think is pretty interesting. Like, do you know the man or woman you with, and not in a sexual way? From a male perspective, and the type of environment that I work in, it's the mindset of the man. They get so caught up in the looks of a woman, like, man, look how fine she is, and this and that, look how she wear her clothes, but they're thinking in a lustful way, but not knowing this woman. And then it's just the way the men think nowadays that it irks me a lot, and it really does. And I'm not putting down the brothers and nothing like that, but I guess from where I'm at now, my point in my life, it's like we got to do better, not just look at her. Yeah, and from a woman's perspective, what do y'all deal with here in 2020? I just want to know, because us guys, we do stupid stuff. I just want to hear from y'all.
And I see where you're coming at with the point of a man when he see a woman, he looking at the outer the outer woman, looking at her face, body, whatever, so on. And it's not just about that, because if you take all that away from that woman, what does she have inside? How is her head? Is she strong-minded? Does she, can she carry herself in a womanly way? Just because her body looks good doesn't mean that she's an overall good person. You know what I'm saying? So what we deal with for as women, are you asking what do we look at when we see a man? Like, are we looking at what his body look like and all that kind of stuff? So what are you, that's what you're coming at? That's what you're asking, or what?
Yeah, well, I'm asking that, but I'm also, I stress this a lot. Okay, men, we have tunnel vision. When I say tunnel vision, we're more focused on the outer appearance, how she looks.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dime, man. She's bad, but we never get to know her. But it's like with y'all look at the whole big picture of everything, and it's like how he carry himself. I just want to know, because I know we just more locked in on how she look. But what did y'all view us men? I just want to know from a woman perspective. I just want to know.
Well, I can't speak for all women, but me, I'm gonna look at you from head to toe first, and it's. I want to say it's the same. Because we don't know a person when we first see this person. So, I'm looking at a person from head to toe. So, if you got your head all the way down to your feet together, okay, we can take this thing a little further. If, once I get past that and we start talking and you talking about something that I'm not even dealing with or consider myself even doing, for as, if I done pass you. And what I mean by that, if we're not on the same level when we're talking, then I can't continue the conversation with that male. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we're not on the same level, so it's not going to be anything. I can't raise no man, so that's just my perspective. Another woman, she may think different, but if you're not together from head to toe at first, and if your communication is not there for me seeing that we're on the same level, then we'll be cool, casual, but I won't progress to that level as trying to seek a relationship from that person.
And that's what's up, is because you're like, you know what you want, you know what you desire, and you have standards. Women, y'all got standards. Us men, we gotta learn how to get standards. We take any and everything. Just because she crack a smile, we just go head over heels over the whole thing. But y'all have standards. Yeah. We just gotta learn how to get there, because you know what you want, especially if you got goals in life. You know what you're about in life, and you don't want any man, bring you down, or you want that man to add to what you got going on, and vice versa. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. We want to have healthy dialogue tonight here on this nice, lovely Sunday evening, where we can have adult conversation, things that we could get better in. When we talk about, do we know the man or woman we with? Knowing who they are, about their upbringing, how their relationship is with their parents, this stuff that we want to know, especially if our number one goal is marriage, because we know marriage is a serious commitment, of course. Marriage is, everybody wants the big wedding, everybody wants the honeymoon and all this other stuff, but what do you do after the wedding's over with, after the honeymoon's over with? That's when reality set in. No, the first person. Are you ready to be the first person? That's the first face you see at night. Maybe the last face you see in the morning. First face you see in the morning, last you see at night. And we just want to make it better, because, I want to be a husband. And I know you want to be a wife and stuff. And we want to make sure we make the best decision and best choice when it comes to having that potential potential mate in our lives. And I know with you, you have a daughter, of course, and you want to be mindful of the type of man you want to be with, especially around your daughter, because there's some real freaks out there here in the world. You want to be mindful of all that stuff. So then we want to talk about that tonight. So and we post questions, stuff like when you first meet a person. Well, from my experience, what I'm talking about now is when I'm talking to someone, I want them to get to know me for me. That's when you're open. You're not ashamed of what you may went through, but you letting the other person know, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I've been. This is where I'm going. These are things I struggle with. These are things that I'm overcoming. And you want to let the other person you know that you're trying to pursue know what's going on. So that gives them a choice whether, okay, do I want to be with him or do I just want to keep it at a standstill? What do you say about that one, Toya?
I agree with you. Basically, when dating, I just feel like you should be upfront to know, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. And like you just said, if that opens the door to see if y'all are on the same page and if y'all want the same thing, and do this relationship progress. So I agree with you with letting a person know upfront, hey, I want to be married, so I'm actually dating for marriage. I'm not dating for fun. But if you, on the other hand, if you are dating for fun, just let me know up front. That way I can make my decision and let you know, hey, I'm not with that. We could be friends, but it's not going to be on that type of level that you want, because evidently I'm looking for something more and you're just looking for something else. So we're not on the same page.
Right.
But hey,
Exactly.
be friends. That's about it.
Yeah, because you got to think about your time. We don't want to waste each other's time, of course. And you think about your time, okay, I'm looking long term. And a lot of times in this generation, everybody wants that spur of the moment, just like with sex now. Back in the day, if you was with a woman, she wasn't finna go to bed with you the first night unless she was a prostitute. But a woman that really cared of value herself, she was gonna put you to the test. She wasn't gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna sleep with you. If you don't with that, I'm just gonna see where you at. But now it's like they giving it up right then and there without knowing each other. With diseases going on, it's like, hey, I'm gonna get it like I live now.
Right.
They,
And it's, by me, I work in the system and dealing with young children coming in with STDs at the age of 12, 13, children coming in with AIDS already. So it's real sad with the upbringing with the youth today. They don't have that guidance to be told, hey, you need to strap up, or hey, you need to wait till you older, to engage in this kind of activity, because these are the consequences that you have to live with if you catch A, B, C, D disease, So, but you're right. Jay just giving it out like free money, So.
Yeah, and just like it is, and don't care. I mean, just value yourself. And like I said, with the questions we want to talk about when you meet someone, like I just made up stuff like, what makes that person laugh? What makes her laugh? To the men, what makes your girl laugh? Do you know what makes her laugh? And what makes her cry? What's her favorite color? Learn stuff. And we're not just talking about stuff that we apply to our lives. And we don't have conversations like that. I never really had a conversation like that. Do people still have conversations like that? That's the question I want to know.
Well, you do. Well, I have. And it's all a part of knowing that person. And you may not give the question straight out like, what's your favorite color? Or something like that. It might just be in the midst of you, talking and stuff, and you may be like, oh, okay, that's your favorite color. It's something like that. But, you're going to, if you want to know that person and you want to be with that person, you're going to find a way to find out their favorite color, their likes, their dislikes, and all that type of stuff. But I have those kind of conversations because me, I like to know who I'm dealing with. So, right. And if I'm in a relationship, I might go get your favorite color shirt. I might go get a shirt in your favorite color. So just randomly. So that's just something that's just me. That's something that I like to do. So, but that's all part of, getting another person. But yes, I do ask questions or bring up questions such as what's your favorite foods, what's your dislikes, and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, and that stuff is important. And I also am asking about the relationship status. You got some guys are in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Because a lot of guys nowadays, I don't say a lot of guys, but some guys, they put that front on like they're single. I see a lot of women on posters always talk about, I'm going to let your baby mama, your wife know you've been in my inbox, and I'm going to screenshot it and stuff. And a lot of these guys don't care. I see a lot of this stuff takes place. A lot of guys like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. But why are men doing that? That's what I want to know. Are they happy in their current situation, or what's the deal with that?
I think just greed. Just being greedy. And like you say, men do lie. And my motto is, you don't have to lie to kick it. If you're a grown man and you say you're a man, you're going to be upfront. A real man ain't going to lie about him being in a relationship or not. That's just me, in my opinion. If a man is in a relationship and if he's a real man, he's going to let you know upfront, hey, I got a wife, or I got a girlfriend, or I got a situationship, but hey, it's up to you if you want to deal with me or not. So, but those other guys that are in relationships that can't be a man, like, those are the ones that get hurt, Yeah. Because you're playing with people and you're not being truthful, So my whole thing is, don't be playing with women's hearts like that, their feelings, because it's 2020. Women shoot niggas and stabbing niggas like it ain't nothing. True. So, you just have to be careful with people's hearts these days. So.
Sure, you got to, and also men also don't lead a woman on. If you don't want to be with a woman, don't lead her on. Let her know up front, hey, it's not like that. Because a lot of people, they'll fall quick in love with you. They develop all these feelings for you, and you hurt them in the long run. Just don't lead nobody on. Men do it too. We lead. You're going just to get one thing out of you. That just gets you in bed. Oh, I love you. I want to be with you. And all this other stuff. And then everything be based on lies. So that woman feels some type of way. So be honest with the person you want to be with, the person you're interested in. Yeah, upfront. Let them know if you. Go ahead, Toy.
Oh, I was just saying open and honest.
Yeah, you got to. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Cause like I say, we thinking long term. Long term investment. Especially you want to get married. Marriage is a long term. People get married. They get married, jump out of marriage, get married, jump out of marriage. Because a lot of people don't understand the value, the blueprint of sticking things out, working things out. Some women big on financial situations. They ask me about their financial situation. What you do with your money? Is you saving your money? Are you doing this? You doing that? These questions that we got to ask each other on a regular basis. Not to down nobody, but like we were talking about earlier, if you want to value your time. Is it wrong? I just want to put this. Is it wrong asking somebody about their financial situation? Is that something wrong to ask anybody? I just want to know.
It's not wrong, but I would say, at what point do you ask that question? Do you ask it at the beginning, the middle, or, and when I say the beginning, like when you just first meeting somebody, and then when I say the middle, y'all maybe 6 months in, and when I say the end, not meaning the end of the relationship, but like if y'all moving towards marriage, y'all have went through the dating stage, now you're a fiance, y'all about to get married. At what point do you ask about those financial situations? Me personally, I don't think it should be discussed at the beginning. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see that the relationship is progressing and it's going to lead to something more, then yes, bring up the subject. Hey, what is your financial, status? And if either partner is in a bind, or when I mean a bind, like if one of them is not on the same level, that's the point where you ask, like, or I guess that's when the real test come in with your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, do you help this person financially to get to where you're at? Like, let's say if I have some of my credit and stuff and I'm not able to pay it, would you step in and help me pay it? Do you feel comfortable enough? Are we in the relationship long enough to say, hey, babe, I understand your financial situation. Here's some money. Go ahead and take care of that. I got you. Are you comfortable with that in a relationship? And that's what you have to realize and see in a relationship.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with helping the other partner out when it comes to stuff like that?
And you should be. I mean, why are we together and we're not helping each other out? That don't make no sense. I believe we should work things out and to work together as one. I mean, because everybody have different things they're dealing with. If someone tell you about their financial situation, if you have the money, you got it. Hey, why say, oh, got it, you got it. Boom, help them out, step in, help them out. That shows her like, hey, I got a man here. He stepped in and helped me out. Not saying that's what you're looking for, but hey, man, if you got it, she needs the help, and you got it, step in and help her. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a partnership. Yeah, that's what communication come in at. And not say, well, you ain't tell me about this. Why you tell me about this? Why you tell me about that? You gotta communicate. You gotta have that. You gotta communicate. That's what I believe. So I believe in helping each other. I do believe that it's not all about sex. I'm to the guys. It's not about she's not your pleasure thing all the time. You don't just look at her as what I just want sex. But hey, that's your partner at the end of the day. And it's some things that she dealing with in her life. It's some things that she deal with her past, and that's what we want to talk about too. Also, dealing with each other past. I know some women been through a lot of hurt. Men been through some hurt. I want to talk about from this you, Toya, on this one. I know women hate certain things, and they let the man know that they hate certain things. If the man, let's just say, you may not like texting. I just say texting, whatever. If you tell the man, well, I don't like texting all the time, I prefer you to call me. And if he keep on texting you after you told him you don't like that, how would you feel about that?
That's a part of sacrificing, making the effort to show your partner, hey, I'm trying to take the steps to work on this. And if he's not willing to make that effort or make that sacrifice to show me that he's trying to work on it, then it's an issue. It's a problem within a relationship. How do I go about handling it? We got to sit down and talk about it. I got to ask, what do I need to do to help you make that sacrifice or that effort to text me? I mean, not text me, but call me. What steps do we need to take?
Yeah.
How can we work this out? it's all about working out the kinks and stuff. You know, everything don't come smoothly when it comes to, you know, issues within the relationship. So when it comes to issues within the relationship, you have to sit down with your partner and say, hey, you know, this is bothering me. What are the steps? What do I need to do to help you? Or what can we do together to help each other overcome this issue within a relationship?
Yeah. So it really ties back into communicate and listening. That's another important thing, listening to each other, especially if you come to you and you tell you another guy you with, hey, babe, it's this thing I don't like. You know, you do it and I don't like it. It should be up to him to say, you know what, I love her and I care about her. I'm going, like you said, make the sacrifice not to do that. But if he if he does it again, I know you start feeling some type of, like, man, this dude ain't even listening to me for real. Like, do he really care about me? We said in his mouth, I care about you and I love you. He still do opposite what you tell him not to do. Man, would that make you feel some type of way?
Right. Yeah, it'll make me feel some type of way. And I just want to know, why do you prefer texting instead of calling me? Like, what's so hard about you calling me? If that's the issue, you know what I'm saying? You want to find that out. But yeah, I will feel some type of way if he's unwilling to make an effort or a sacrifice to fix the situation. I would definitely feel some type of way.
Yeah, because you're like, y'all want respect. I mean, like, we want respect. Y'all want respect too. That goes back to communicating and listening. And also vice versa for a man. If he tell you, hey, babe, there's certain things that remind me of the things I've been through, I prefer you not to do that. You know, whether did the guy you may be with or dating, he may came from a abusive household. You know, that has an effect on men and women. You know, it may be a certain thing that remind them of their past. And that's something we should work on and listen to, because he may say, hey, don't raise your hand at me, because my dad used to do my mom like that, and that really irks me. You know, people have different backgrounds they come from. So we should listen to each other, make the sacrifice to make, you know what, I love her. I want to make sure she's happy. Let me just work on that, which means let me humble myself to make things better. And you want to make each other happy. I mean, you already have, but you always want to make the person you with happy, put a smile on their face. And it's not saying you being a punk or a sucker, fellas. It's just, hey, listen to your girl. Hey, if this is who you want to be with, you care about her, listen to her. Let her know, hey, she going to tell you. Because y'all big communicators. We're not. We're just like, you ask me how my day is, I'm going to say it's fine. You want to know my whole entire day. Why is that? Y'all communicate. We don't. We just like, hey, it's fine.
Because we're trying to find out, you know, how your day went. If there's anything that we can help with. Like, you know, if we say, you know, you say you went to work, you know, you got to work, they were screaming, or, you know, they was fussing at you, or the inmates, they didn't want to listen. You know, we trying to find out, okay, where can I come in and make him feel better? You know, it's just in a woman's nature to care and find a way to, you know, be I guess a problem solver, like to solve an issue. If you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
You know, it's like, okay, my baby had a bad day. What can I do to make it better? You know? So that's why we want to know. You know, I mean, some other women may want to know for other different reasons, but me, I want to know, you know, to see where can I come in at, because tomorrow you may come home and you might, you know, if you had you might have something waiting for, you know, it's just something that we listen to you guys and we want to make it better for you guys.
And we appreciate y'all a lot. We do, because y'all got that comfort, that nursing demeanor that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? God made y'all that way, and we just have to humble ourselves. And you know, even though we in the world, especially us men of color, we're constantly being beat
Mhm.
down. We're constantly in negative categories. You never see a man
Mhm.
of color in a positive light. We're also known in a negative light where you're incarcerated or where you're doing all
Mhm.
type of negative activity. Where never you never really see a strong man of color about his business, loving his
Mhm.
women, loving his woman. I don't say women, but loving his woman, his one woman, loving his family. We
Mhm.
don't see that much. We got to bring that stuff back. I mean, it's not
Right.
very glorified. They label us men as being hoes and
Right. And
lazy, trifling. Go ahead.
and it was like the biggest like thing to me for black men was when Obama, when he made it to office. And it was so, regardless, him being president, it was just, to me, a black man making it to the White House. And it just opened doors for black men to see another black man step up and rule the world. And it was like, okay, this is for the men, the black men who didn't have that household, who didn't have a household with a father, and
Mhm.
they could see Barack make it to the White House, and they can say, okay, if Barack did that, I can do this. And that was just my biggest thing, to see a black man with a family with children, do that. And he set an
Yeah.
example for all the black men to say, if I can make it up here, you can do whatever you put your mind to. It shouldn't be any excuse for a black man to say, oh, I can't do this. It shouldn't be now, 2020. No, it shouldn't be an excuse why a black man should say, hey, I can't do this. If Obama got to the White House, you can get to wherever you want to. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have that strive to
True.
get there. But that, to me, was just outstanding. And it just should have been a lesson to the youth, especially the black youth boys, to say, hey, it is a chance for me to get, to wherever I need to go. And not
That's
just in the
true, and I
street
agree.
or in jail. So,
And I
but
agree
that
with
was
you
just
saying.
real. That was real
Oh, go
big.
ahead.
So, but no, I was just saying that was just real bad. That was real big for the black culture, especially men, to see that
Yeah.
happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Because you had this clean cut man. He was clean cut, dressed nice. He articulated his words. He wasn't talking in slang. He was talking in proper grammar. And like you said, that was an example to being of color. Black men that just because I may came from a broken home, or I may came from a project or whatever, that should not stop you from being the king that God made you to be, of course, and being
Mhm.
determined. Breaking generational curses. We see that among the black community. You know, Mama had a baby out of wedlock. I had a baby. Mama had a baby out of wedlock. I'm gonna have one out. No, all this stuff. We had to break those generational curses. Or we grew up in a project. We grew up poor. My parents were poor. So I'm gonna be poor. We had that mentality a lot, but we never. You had to break it. It only takes somebody to break them cycles when it comes to that. And
Mhm.
that's why men that are single, women that are single, and I encourage you, as you're single in your season, whatever, take time out. Take time out. Get to know yourself. Get yourself together before you actually bring someone into the picture.
Mhm.
I believe that,
Right.
Toya, because we could bring some baggage into a relationship. Whether you deal with some issues or you dealing with some nasty habits, you got to think about, do I want to expose my significant other to the things I'm dealing with? We want to keep it real with each other. Whether you're
Mhm.
a porn addict or you're addicted to meth, you know what I'm saying? This stuff that you got to think about. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but
Mhm.
you got to think about the person you end up being with. Do you want them to actually deal with these issues? And you got to think about the other person. It's not about you; it's about the other person. What would you say about that? If you come across a guy, he's dealing with habits that he needs to break.
Well, if he's dealing with habits that he needs to break, I would advise him he needs to seek help, counseling, something like that. And not single, and why you're single. And I suggest this for everyone, men and women. Just prepare yourself for what you want while you're single. And if you want to be a wife, prepare yourself to be a wife, and pray about it. Pray to God that, hey, give me, the duties of a wife. Instill in me the duties of a wife. Show me how to love, all that type of stuff. The duties as being a wife. And you praying and you preparing yourself out of faith that God blesses you with that husband, you know what I'm saying, when you do find that man. So while you're single, I just advise people to pray and prepare themselves to be that wife or that husband that they want to be. So
that's true.
If you dealing with, addictions or past relationships and stuff, seek help. Counseling is not a bad thing. Talking to someone about it is not a bad thing. But before you get into another relationship and damaging someone else because of your past, just seek help. There's nothing wrong with that, but I also advise to be praying and preparing yourself to be that loving husband, that loving wife, that provider, that protector, as a wife, as a husband. So when you do find that person, you'll be prepared. So that's
true. And I agree with that because you got to think about the person you with. It just goes into the Bible when Paul writes to the church of Corinth, and he was preparing the single and he was preparing to the married people. And he was saying for the single people, just take their time, be willing to Lord. I'm paraphrasing. But when he said when a man get married, he has to take on the cares of the world, how he may please his wife. That's important. It also says a woman got to take on the cares of the world, how she may please her husband. And men, when you got a woman, you got to please her. You know what I'm saying? That's your gift from God. That's your, whatever you want to say. You got to please her. You know what I'm saying? The Bible instructs us that we have to please y'all. The Bible says a man take on the cares of the world, how he may please his wife. Women like nice things. Women like to do things. You got to please her. You got to please each other. So I'm talking for the men. Please that woman you with. Do nice things for her. She should have to tell you to do everything. Some things you should know what to do. For example, you should not take the trash out. She should have to tell you to take the trash out. Do things always please her. And she should always do things to please you as well also, because I believe, Toya, we'll cut down a lot of cheating and stepping out if we start pleasing each other. Listen to each other and say, please. I tell anybody, I like a woman to go to Victoria's Secret, buy a nice, sexy little lingerie for me. Give me something to run home to. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the kind of stuff I like. Just have fun. Enjoy each other on a spiritual level as well on a physical level. What do you say about that one? Because I believe, hey, go to Victoria's Secret, buy something sexy for your man. Give him something to come home to.
Of course. Anytime, you in a relationship, you're a representation. If I'm in a relationship, I'm a representation of my significant other. So when I'm leaving the house, I'm going to look up the part. When I come home, when I'm in my home, within my home, I'm going to be up the part, keep myself up, whatever. But boys, and being sexy, I would be sexy when I leave the house. I'm be sexy within the house. So that's just something that's just me, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of women, they get complacent when they get in a relationship. All that go out the window. They don't want to be sexy no more. They don't want to, they don't take the steps, or they don't. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't take before the relationship. You made sure you was fine. You had your hair done, nails did, and all that type of stuff. But then when you get comfortable or complacent within a relationship, it's like whatever. I'm walking around with a bonnet on my head, not worrying about the kill. How I look at somebody, and it shouldn't be that way. I feel like you should care about yourself, how you look at all times, whether beginning, the end, the marriage, all that type of stuff. You should want to be a representation of your significant other. So when they see me and they gonna be like, oh, okay, they bad. You know what I'm saying? Or if they see me by myself, oh, she bad. Or if they see my man, oh, he look up the part. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be, I'm going to try to be sexy all the time. I might have my days, but it ain't going to be every day or every other day. But it might be 2 or 3 days that happen. I don't think, but I'm not going to walk out the house looking a mess. No, I'm not.
I know, that's not their style anyway.
So, but as far as the lingerie, the boy shorts, the hip huggers, I'm all in. Me personally, I like one way, and I choose not to say that over the radio, but
right. I feel you on that.
I just, whatever you want, hey, I give it to him, and I hope he feels the same way. Whatever I want, he'll give it to me. So that's all.
Sure. He should. That's how it's supposed to be. And also to the fellas, if you do what you're supposed to do, trust me, she would. Your woman will give you the goodies. As that, she won't mind giving you the goodies. Long as you, as a man, handle your business, she gonna reward you faithfully. And just do your part, man. Don't try to beg her. Don't do all that stuff.
And the woman should.
It will just come freely. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, because I never known a woman to beg. Because it's like, maybe I just see guys do it all the time. I never seen a woman beg. It's like guys just beg. And I'm like, all right, she did. Like, use this analogy. Okay, you got guys. Okay, I'm just talking about work-wise. And I'm just looking at guys be begging. Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? And you ask them a question. Like, do you have an old lady at home? You're like, what you doing? I got an old lady. And what's the word? How it went? It was something. If you got like, and you keep begging her and begging her and begging her, and I could be wrong, but it's like you keep begging her and begging her. She just go ahead and do it to shut you up, but it don't be as good. But if you do what you're supposed to do, she'll give it to you freely, and when she gives it to you freely, it'll be the best thing you ever had. All right, she just went ahead and gave it to you to set you up and say, don't be that good. But if you do what you're supposed to do, she'll give it freely. You ain't got to say nothing. Just do your part. It'll come freely. You ain't got to beg. You ain't got to do all this stuff. You ain't got to keep harassing her and all this other stuff. It will flow freely. Just do your part. Also, I want to bring this up too. Goals. I want to talk about life goals. You hear people say relationship goals. What is relationship goals? What are your goals in a relationship? Do anybody have them right now? Because people always post on Facebook, I got relationship goals. What is relationship goals? What's your opinion on relationship goals, Toya?
Well, I have my own relationship goal, which is my parents. My parents, they've been together for over 50-some years. So if my relationship goals is anything like theirs, my parents, they sit down, they talk to each other. They go on trips together. They pretty much do everything together. He's a father, grandfather. He take damn good care of my mama. So if my relationship goals, if I have any relationship goals, it's going to be the goals that my parents have set, or the example that they have set for me. taking trips. I'm pretty sure people would like to do that as a couple. And just making it through thick and thin, just like I said, working out the kinks throughout the relationship or goals. Because like today, many marriages, they don't last. And with my relationship or with my marriage, I want it to be until death do us part, So if if I have any kind of relationship goals, it will be the goals that my parents, or my parents, like, everybody else is, okay, but I got some better. I got my parents, So we look at people's relationships on Facebook, on TV and stuff, but we really don't know what really go on the inside of the homes, or the walls of their relationship. So me, I grew up with my parents, so I know exactly what it is, and I know what my goals are when it comes to me being in a relationship. So that's when you say what a relationship goals, my relationship goals is, my parents, like,
okay,
talking together, praying together, all of that, laughing together. They fussing 1 minute, but hey, next minute they laughing. So I'm not saying they don't fuss or they don't argue. No relationship is perfect, but the best part about it is they get through that and they go on to the next level, or they go on with life. So that's my thing.
Go ahead. And just to piggyback on what you're saying, not being prepared for the battles of life together. We have different storms come in life. There's somebody that anybody that sneezes the wrong, they just out the door. Being battle tested, we're gonna go through things in life and sticking things out with each other. And not just give in when things get tough, or you feeling the pressure just giving up, or you being tempted in different areas when it comes to the opposite sex. We have men and women who can be tempted when it comes to stepping out on their significant other. Just being battle tested in life. Like we said earlier about the financial situation, people could jump out the door when the financial situation hit. You got to ask yourself: is I'm with this person, what can they do for me financially, or do I love this person? And that's something, Toy, that we have to ask: do a person really love someone? If I'm down to my last dollar, will you still stay here with me? These questions we got to ask each other. And I don't think, speaking from a man, I can't speak for every man, Toy, but I know how I feel. It's just all about having the love and respect of the woman. That's if any man get that, he gonna go 2 and 4 because he know he's getting it. I'm not saying y'all the way y'all present it, and he gonna go extra mile for that. So these things we want to ask. That's what we talking about tonight. Do you know the man or woman you with? Knowing each other. I mean, the battle tested. I mean, if she gains weight, will you still love her? This is what we got to ask ourselves. If he gains weight, will you still love him? Are we prepared for that type of love? Now, that's something we never look at, because soon they gain weight or they lose their business. You out the door. Did you really love that person, or you just love the what's the word I'm looking for? It's another. I can't think of it. They could, I could feel it on top of my tongue. It's the I don't want to say access. It's anyway. It'll come. Just ask yourself these questions. I mean, if this person lose a leg, will you still see this stuff? We don't prepare ourselves for. I believe so. We don't get so caught up in the glitz and glamour when things hit. Do we actually stay in the picture? Do we actually see that? So what you have to say about that?
Like you really, when you find that person, you really do have to like evaluate and see, like, hey, am I willing to take care of this person? If anything happens to this person, am I willing, am I able to do that, or would I do that for that? Would I be there for the person? Or vice versa. Do I think this person will be here for me if I lose a leg, or if I'm in a wheelchair? Will he be able to wipe me up or wash me, and all this type of stuff? Is he capable of doing this for me? So it's just something you just can't think about the right now. You also have to think about the future when it comes to the person who you involved with. And me, I have a daughter. So not only do I have to think about that, I have to think about, well, is he a good father figure for my daughter?
That's true.
So it's just, who do I want to bring my daughter around? Not only if I'm dating someone, he's not just dating me, he's also dating my daughter. So I come with a package. So if you want to take me, you have to take my daughter too. So it's just not just me. But with all of that, you have to be mindful these days.
You do.
Like we said earlier, people, they don't have it all these days. And
no, they don't.
A blink of an eye, your life could be over some bull crap. So you just have to be real, real careful on who you talk to, and who you bring around your children and your child, stuff like that.
True.
So you just have to think about the long run, not only just for right now, but the long run too. So
that's true, because you see all the time, especially men that get involved with women, that with children, you always notice the man. Not saying especially in our generation now, children are losing their lives to the mother with another guy. Either he abused a child and kill a child. That stuff goes on too, as well. And I'm glad you brought that up. So you said for your daughter, and being mindful of the type of man that you meet or interact with, because it's some crazy men out here, especially when it comes to your child. You got pedophiles out here. You got men be lusting after your daughter. This is stuff that's going on every day. And not just girls. You may got men who desire your boys, your sons. You got people like that. Like I don't have any children, but from a single mother perspective, how would you go about meeting a man like me? Just meet a man you got. How would you determine that with you being a mother, and you meet a guy? How do you determine that from being a mother's point of view, if I can say that?
From a mother's point of view, the decision in me bringing a man around my child or introducing to my child, first I would see if he have. Yeah, first I would see if he have any children, and if he do, what are his interactions with his child or children, and I wouldn't say I would bring my daughter or bring that man around my daughter at first. I would really have to know what his intentions are and where we stand at within the relationship. And truly, if you can ask my daughter, when it came to men being in my life, she didn't see men walking in and out of my door. She didn't see different men coming in, going out, or anything like that, because I know as a woman, I had to set an example for her, and that's just something that I didn't. If a guy wanted to come over, my daughter was at my parents' house, so it was just, out of respect, as yourself, and then respect for your child. So when it came to stuff like that, like, my decision was based upon if he had any children, and if he didn't have any children, to be honest, or as a man who I really ain't dealt with a man that didn't have any children or a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's come to think about it. But I just, I wouldn't just bring my daughter around and everybody, or I wouldn't have her see, that have that type of environment, like a revolving door of men coming in and out my house. No, that wasn't me. Ain't about to start being me, but that's just me and how I was raised, how my mom raised me, my parents, how my mom and dad raised me, and what they taught me.
Right.
You can't have different people sleeping over your daughter's head, all that type of stuff.
That's true. And I agree.
I agree. I just roll with them with that. So, and I hope she carry along when she decide to have a child or children. Hopefully she's married, but things don't go that way. Hey, mama taught you better. Grandmama told you, mama told you. Hey, don't have. You just want to set an example for your child. So.
Yeah, and I agree, and I do agree because we got so many sick people in the world. You got men who prey on single mothers because they feel like, oh, she needs a man, and she gets so caught up in life that you got men who are pedophiles who creep in to we just keeping it real. We just keeping it real. You just have to be mindful of the type of men or women you interact with on a regular basis. Have that spirit of discernment. I say this too, men and women who if you ask them a question and they answer so fast, like you really can't do that for real. You answer too fast. Like, hey, you may say, hey, I'm dealing with this and I need this. Can you do that for me? Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. But when it happens, where the person at? Because they answer too fast. They never thought anything through. They just trying to, I guess, want to please you and say, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. But when it happens, they ain't nowhere around. So you have to be careful how you answer stuff too fast. Too, women too, because they want to be with you so bad. Go ahead.
And that's what I was going to say. A lot of women, they date these men out of desperation. And me, I just never ain't been a woman to be desperate for a man because I guess it comes from how you was when you was raised within your family. And I guess I know I had love shown, I got attention. So when it came to men and stuff like I wasn't hard up for no man. And if a man ain't treat me how I wanted to be treated, it wasn't nothing for me to say, okay, goodbye, stuff like that. But it just, and I can't, and I say this, and I'm not judging nobody, because everyone is different. And it's just some stuff that one woman might tolerate, I just can't tolerate. And every woman is different. But me, as I could say, and I could speak on as a woman, I just ain't never been desperate on no man. And some of the stuff that these women that I see that they accept in their relationship, I just can't do it. Or I just was blessed to not have to experience that because I know who I was or who I am as a woman and what I stand for. So I'm not saying that I'm, better than the next woman, but it's just, my head go out to them like, okay, you just some stuff. I couldn't do it. I couldn't tolerate it, and to me, I think it's a form of desperation. But dealing back to their childhood and how they grew up, but I don't know, so I can't speak on it. But that's just my opinion, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, because we had a good conversation. I know we're about to get off the air. We got 58 seconds left here on Impact Voice, but we do thank everybody for taking time out to hear us here on the broadcast. Hope everybody has a great dialogue with us. The replay will be up shortly, so we thank everybody for taking time out to be to listen to us online. We'd love to get some feedback from y'all. We want to have y'all interact with us. We want some feedback. So submit questions. Just bring up different stuff. We want to be better men and women as we go through the years of life and master life. So we're gonna see y'all next time here on Walking This Way Impact Voice with Furman and Latoya. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace. Good night.
You are now listening to the most talked about Blog Talk radio station in the universe. Walking his ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host,